Well, hello and welcome to another week of Cainey'S Tips. Big round of A-League Round 6 action on its way, starting tonight at Hunter Stadium. Newcastle are at home to the champions Brisbane Roar. Now, the Jets won all three matches against the Roar last season, and they'll have a golden opportunity to keep that streak going against Mike Mulvey's side that are yet to record a point this season. Now, the Jets' backline will be reshuffled, with captain Q Linz moving to right back to cover for the injured Scott Neville. Adrian Madashi will come into the middle, while Billy Selesky will start. Now, one stat that does please Brisbane at the moment is that they've averaged the highest possession figure in the league with 62%. Now, I'm going for a draw in this one because I think there's plenty of areas across the park that cancel each other out. On Saturday night, Adelaide United, who are on a high after winning a place in the FFA Cup final, host Wellington Phoenix. Now, the Phoenix are also full of confidence after knocking over the Wanderers last weekend. Ernie Merrick will be relying on Michael McGlinchey and Nathan Burns to provide that creative spark on the road. While Adelaide coach Josip Gombau, he'll be hoping for much of the same of his side after they've been functioning like a well-oiled machine throughout the season. The Reds have shown they can dominate against the best sides in the competition and would have collected all 3 points against Sydney FC last week if they hadn't have squandered a host of missed opportunities. I think Adelaide will get all 3 points in this one. To the next match on Saturday night, Sydney FC take on Melbourne Victory. The Big Blue Derby resumes, and it comes at a time when both teams are on the top of their game. Sydney and Melbourne are both undefeated, but they'll be missing a host of players due to international and also due to injury. The Mark Milligan, he's one of those players out for the Victory, and they could be without Archie Thompson as well, who missed a few training sessions this week. Sydney is the best defensive side in the A-League at the moment and have maintained a clean sheet in their last 3 outings. I think a home ground advantage will count for plenty. Sydney FC to win this one. In the final game on Saturday night, Western Sydney Wanderers head west to take on Perth Glory. It's top versus bottom, but it's the Asian champions, Western Sydney Wanderers, who are yet to register a single point so far this season. Perth are in the FFA Cup final and are leading the league this season, and they're also playing some great football. Now, the key to their success has been their ability to shift the ball wide in order to open up the defence. The Wanderers weren't able to back up their ACL win when they travelled to Wellington last week, but they'll be without Socceroo Nikolai Topor-Stanley for this one. Perth are on a roll, but I think the Wanderers might spoil the party. Western Sydney to win. And in the only match on Sunday, Melbourne City are at home to the Mariners at Amy Park. David Villa might have left the club, but City were able to grab their first win last week, while the Mariners were beaten at home by league leaders Perth Glory. Now, the home side will be missing their best performing player, Aaron Moy, due to a Socceroo call-up. And without him, the centre of the park, they're going to struggle, and I just think they won't win that battle of the midfield without him as a result. I feel that the Mariners will be able to take control of this game and maintain their good record against City, formerly Hart, where they've been undefeated against that club for their last 5 matches. That's it for Cainey'S Tips this week. Good luck, and we'll see you next week.